we try to find a rental space, and this what happened. So it's like, what are the odds, right? Like, how can a person be that bad? We're so trusting that we never thought about this is gonna happen in Singapore. I am JM.
I'm Faz.
We've been married for 4 years.
We first went to the unit and everything looks fine. The main priority now is the accessibility of it, right? Because with our newborn, we want to bring him around, show him around. So we actually did a second viewing of the same unit just to properly get the measurements and things that what we need to this house. So we went through with like settling on the prices. Then agent gets back to us. Everything seemed fine. On the day that we decided that we wanted to go for the unit. We settled on the price. The TA was sent. I even took, I think 2 days or 1.5 days to really read through everything. And we went on with like the deposits and so on. So even after doing the deposit, they are still like, responding like, yeah, we will get back to you. We will change this, we will change that, and we even settled on the date of the handover. So everything was fine. I even messaged on like a weekly basis just to check on and make sure that this is not going sideways, right? Yeah. So it was only until the last final minute that's when it became sideways, which is on the 16th. On the key collection date, the supposed agent missed the call or didn't turn out like at 7 p.m. on the dot. I've sensed something was off already. So we keep on calling, nothing. Message, nothing. So we just waited like a while more, like maybe, I think it was about an hour plus, right?
We waited an hour.
Yeah, so about an hour plus.
We waited an hour.
I even checked with the security guard, like condo security is like, did any agents came and like, look for us because we're supposed to move in? Oh, no one came. Then I bumped into a friend. So he was like, hey, what are you doing here? Then I'm like, I'll be living here lah. I'm moving in here. Like, oh yeah, me too. Like, let me guess, is your unit 0908? Then he was like, oh yeah, how you know? Like, bro, we just got scammed, bro.
I was actually trying to celebrate that, we're finally moving.
Yeah, so after that, I told to like, okay, there's something I need to tell you. I think you need to get here. So that's when I told her like, okay, basically we just got scammed.
The first thing that he messaged me when he found out we just got scammed, actually my heart dropped. I'm like, oh my God. It's like in your head, you just wanted to cry, right?
So at the point of time when the mutual friend, the other victim was there, so we were like looking at our contracts and like our messages, back and forth messages with this Mike guy, like which account and things like that. So we're trying to get as much data as possible.
I even went to Propnex and like checked the guy name. I wanted to call Propnex. I checked the license number. It's all there.
Yeah, so the guy basically exists. Suddenly out of nowhere, a lady came like, hi, are you guys also looking for Mike? Wait, you're supposed to move in also? Is your unit supposed to be 0908 also? Then she said, yeah, he's not picking up my call. I think he's not picking up all of our calls. Yeah, so that's when we called the police right away.
I just want to cry, but the first thing that I want to do is like collect myself. And he was like calling the bank and I was calling the police. And from the moment that the police came, I just want to put a face that we got this. But the moment after everything is done, because they investigated, right? We have to give our testimony. And then I told him, I want to grab a beer. I just went and cry after. The night of that scam, I'm like, I'm gonna post about it. Like, they f***ed up the wrong person.
We try to reach out to as many outlets as possible. A few days later, more and more reach out to us actually. So we managed to help, I think two or one, at least two from almost being scammed, because they were talking to this other agent that is showing the same unit but is using a whole different disguise. Few days later, even more came out to us. Like I even got people reaching out to me on Instagram say that, I'm also one of the victims. In total now there's like 7 that we know of the same unit.
The back of my head as well, like, they're gonna judge me for it. Like, why am I so stupid? Like, why did I go to Facebook Marketplace? I know that people will judge. A lot of victims, they wouldn't want to talk about it. The first thing that comes to our mind is, like, we will not get up if the process is better. So the first thing that he told me, like, no, you should do it. Post about it, tag all your friends if they can tag it too, and post about it too. Then the more reach, the better, right?
I think one thing that could help a lot is because Renly will reach out to the landlords and the agents,
Yes.
and like really they will go through all the tenancy agreement.
Yeah.
I mean, even prior to passing the money for the deposit and so on, so there are like due processes where they will reach out to the landlord and then speak to the landlord just to check on the authenticity of like what we did with our current place, our current new place now is that we did exactly that. So I mean, for some agents who do not know about Renly, so they'll be a bit like skeptical, like what is this? Yeah, why do you need to call me and all that?
Yeah.
So we had to explain to them like, okay, this is what it is, this is the process. Deposit will still be there. You just nothing changes on your end. The only added things that you have to do are just this. When it comes to like scams and all that, I'm pretty sure these agents will be like, no, I'm not gonna use this service.
Yeah.
So we'll be like, why? Because it doesn't change anything. So, and that's one thing where I think if they were to go through with it, it's a lot easier to get them, because there'll be like there are even bigger companies involved. Basically, that added step is to protect the tenants like us from being scammed.